it's a possibility that based on what an individual's parameters are, a deal that's a deal, say, for us, may not be a deal for you. That's possible. Because say in our case, seasoned investors, we might be looking for 20 unit to 100 unit buildings. And and that could be a great deal for us, but it may not be a great deal for you, and you're just starting. So yes, but deals do always exist. And as we're here this week, even as we do our travel and we do things, everywhere we go, we look for deals. I don't care where it is. Everywhere we go, if we go to Russia, we would look for a deal. Now, whether we can buy property there or not, there's other parameters, but we're always looking, because you think about it. Real estate is, look, dirt is dirt. There's no more dirt going to be made. Okay, the earth, what's here in the earth, it's here. So if you don't own a piece of it, okay, and you don't have any dirt at all, then I
have to laugh at this. I just thought of something. What did Snoop Dogg say? Real estate is the most important thing. You don't own land, you don't own nothing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to get some dirt. But the thing I think for us to answer your question, though, I think that's why it's important for an individual kind of to define what they feel like they need for their family. Like if we do have this. We've got single people we've helped. We've got married couples that are young. We've got couples that are older couples. We've got retired people. A lot of people we've dealt with in different places, and we could see where things fit for them. And a lot of it, the reason we can see it, in 30 years for us, we've gone from the young couple with young kids, 4 children.
Are we the old couple now?
And yeah, I told her.
You are the wise couple now. There's a difference.
I got to tell you a joke right here, because I was talking to a young man one day, and he was one of the guys working for me on one of the projects, and we were talking, and I know I have good relationships with the people that we do business with. That's just something else we believe. So everybody that we do work with, we like to enjoy and be able to have a great conversation, great relationship. This young man was telling me one day about some things that he perceived to be a problem, and he was saying, this is what happens. And, back in this time, I had this old guy tell me, and he basically told him something that was contrary to what I was telling him. And he said, yeah, he was like 50 something. And I had to think about it for a minute.
Wait, what?
Me being on the other side of 60, I was like, did he just call me an old dude? So I kind of pondered on that for a bit, and I realized, I said, but something I had not thought about. I told Jen, I said, you realize we're now popping Mimo. And we didn't know that we had got there. We didn't realize we crossed over to be the old people.
We're the old people, but still looking for deals.
So I laughed about it, and I told him, I said, well, what that old person told you was wrong. I said, so here's another old person who's going to tell you the right thing.
Right.
Because, everybody's info may not be accurate.
Yeah, but I think you and I truly believe that there are deals everywhere.
They are.
In every market. And we can say that because we started investing before 2008. And anyone that knows anything about 2008 knows that there was a major crash. Yeah. We were investing before 2008 and found deals.
The
crash happened
and found deals.
We found deals
found better
right
deals,
after the
really.
crash. We find deals today, regardless of the interest rate. And I think once you start to understand that, you start to look.
The highest interest rate that I can recall is 16%. Mm-hmm. So and that might blow someone's mind that, like, you bought a property with an interest rate of 16%. Yeah, but I still made $350 a month on it. Mm-hmm. So I was making $350 a month. That was my cash flow after I paid the mortgage. So yeah, I was paying 16%, but at the time I'm like, the cost of it, because we were also talking a low dollar. I think I only paid $37,000 for it. So I was paying 16%, but I was able to rent it. And I was in a military community, and I was getting great rent.
So you run the numbers.
And I was getting great tenants. Mm-hmm. So it's not just the interest rate. And that's just the point. Mm-hmm. It's the formula. Mm-hmm. So if you said I want to make $400 a month is my threshold. If I can't make $400, it's no deal for me. Then you run the numbers. You do the math. Mm-hmm. And if the interest rate still works, you're borrowing the money, but you're not paying it back. Mm-hmm. your tenant's paying it back.
Well, to that point, when you just said $300-$400 a month, $1,000 a month, whatever your threshold is, oftentimes people hear that and they're like, $300 a month, I can make more than that doing whatever. But you're forgetting the other benefits of owning real estate.
We didn't talk
you
about
have
the depreciation.
Yeah,
the
you have a
tax
tangible
benefits.
asset, first of all. You can touch it. You can go drive by it. You can see it. Other than like with stock, it's a piece of paper. I look at it and I'm like, what is this, right? But with real estate, it's a tangible asset. So you're getting that, first of all. You're getting cash flow from your rent, which we mentioned. But you're also getting tax write-offs and you're getting depreciation. Some people call depreciation phantom income because on paper, you've lost money, but you really haven't lost money. But not only are you getting depreciation, you're also getting appreciation. So you bought this property, you're cash flowing $400 a month. It's not, making you rich, but it's helping you pay some bills or doing whatever.
If you multiply that and then you duplicate that process, rinse and repeat, 400 can turn to 800, can turn to 1,600.
When Rod mentioned, you might want to just get $400 a month from this particular property or asset. And I think some people look down on that because they don't really understand the power of real estate. And so there are many other benefits to that property that you bought where you're cash flowing $400 a month. You're also getting the tax advantages. You get the write-offs from that. You're getting the depreciation, right? And there's a formula for that too. I won't go into the formula for depreciation, but it's one of the main reasons that people invest, why wealthy people invest in real estate, because the depreciation is so great, the write-off for that, right? But then you're also getting the appreciation of that property. That property is increasing in value. Real estate is a hedge against inflation, which is another reason why wealthy people invest in real estate. So when the price of bread is going up, the price of houses are going up as well. And so people are getting upset because prices of houses are going up. But for investors, it's like, this is why I invested in this asset. This is why I took this risk, because I know that it's a hedge against inflation. So there's all these other benefits to that property that you purchased for just getting cash flow for $400 a month, right? And then when it does appreciate,
just 400 though, but
that's a significant amount for
especially when you got to remember it's passive income,
right?
So if once it's set up that it works right, how many people would turn their nose up at you just get a check in your mailbox every month for $400?
Exactly.
I mean, I don't care how much money you got. I'll take it.
Right. But here's the other cool thing, right? So it has appreciated now in value. Right. So you bought it for ease of calculation. You bought it for $100,000. It's appreciated in value. Let's say now it's worth $175,000. You could say, you know what? I'm going to pull that equity out. Right. And I'm going to use that equity for whatever reasons I want to use it. It could be to buy another property. It could be to pay down debt. It could be for whatever. Yeah. But that money that you're now pulling out is not taxed.
It's not taxable money.
And that's another powerful reason or another powerful benefit of real estate investing.
And then there's strategies that we, and for sake of time and everything else, we can't go deeply into all of it. But this is kind of a high level view of it. And then there's other creative, wonderful things you can do with real estate, the way that you mortgage, the type of mortgage, things that you do. I mean, owner financing, HELOCs. You just it goes on and on. There's you have people that say, well, I have no money to buy, but then they're sitting on and what's typically not considered an asset, their primary residence. But we have people we've met, they're in their primary residence and they've got $200,000 in equity, and they're focused on, I got to pay my house off for retirement. Now, whatever makes you happy. And if someone wants to pay their house off, and because that's part of their retirement dream, we're not saying that's a bad thing. But you're also saying, I want to have X amount of dollars outside of just paying off your house. And if you're sitting on $200,000 and you can leverage the $200,000, pay it back, and increase or make a substantial amount of passive income, wouldn't you want to kind of consider how to do that? Wouldn't you want to educate yourself on this would be a smarter way to use my equity? And so there's a lot of those type of things.